I promise you, I got it.
I
I'm
don't know
good.
what's
This
going
is
on
me.
today. It's the
This is
plants.
me
It's
regularly.
the
So
plants. The plants is
I'm
throwing me
happy for
off.
you.
What's good, everybody? It's me, your guy, all the way from Bed-Stuy, Habo, and this is the Art Block, an art podcast and talk show where we talk about all things in the contemporary art world, controversial, cool, and fun and interesting. And today I have with me DRE'S, who is a plant collector, a plant enthusiast, gardener, plant mama, all those things, green. But Dre,
I'm
what's up?
screaming.
What's up?
Hey, what's up? Thank you for having me. Yes, all things green. Plant
Yeah,
mama.
yeah, I love it. I mean, I said this off air, but like, I really love your backdrop and your background. It's so vibrant and fresh. I feel like I'm in, I don't know, a garden. I feel like I'm in the park right now. I'm vibing. I'm hearing the bugs. I'm hearing the birds. Like, it's
I'm
just so
screaming.
cool.
I'm screaming. You know what? Actually, thank you so much. You just said you hearing the bugs. I see a lot of videos right now where people will play tro- rainforest sounds for their plants so they could feel like they back home.
Oh shit.
I'm thinking about doing that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but jokes aside, I do have mostly tropical plants. So it's really bright because I have hella grow lights, as you know. So that's really what sets the tone up for me in the background.
Awesome. So let's talk about a bit of your YouTube career and how you got started. So when did plant collecting and getting into this whole vibe and aesthetic of this hobby start for you?
Okay, so I feel like for me, plant collecting started with my grandmother's a big gardener outdoors, and she also has houseplants. She gifted me my first plant. It was a snake plant in 2022. Um, and I was like, oh, I like this plant. It put out one new leaf, and I said, oh, I love this. So then I ended up buying a few more like succulents and things of that nature. And then over the course of like, I'd say 2 years, I had accumulated roughly like 20 something plants, which is more than the average person. But at that time, I was like, oh, it's not that many, it's not that big of a deal. And then it wasn't until the start of I would say the end of 2024, start of 2025, when I realized that there was a world beyond just like plants you find the like at the Trader Joe's, at the grocery store, at the Home Depot, Lowe's, etc. And I was like, oh wait, I like this. And I started getting into plants even more. I had like a surgery in December of 2024, and things went left and most of my plants died. So I had to replenish my collection, and that's how we ended up where we are now. I just started getting into more tropical plants. I was like, oh, there's more out there. So that was roughly December, January of 2025. And then hit February of 2025, I was like, you know what? I want to document this journey. I got so many plants going on. So I started the channel just thinking it would be a good way for me to like keep up with how I've grown in the hobby. So in the last year and a half or so is where I've made it to having roughly 100 plus houseplants.
Jesus Christ. That's a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
plants. That is a
It
lot of
is.
plants.
It
I know
really
it smells
is.
good
It
in
really
there.
is. You know what? Yeah, it is. And I have a lot of flowering plants that smell good too.
Yeah.
Even right now, it smells like roses because one of my plants is in bloom.
That's amazing. You know, it's funny because we said hobby. You and I both said hobby, but I feel like it's a movement. I feel like the last few years we've seen the rise of a lot of black people and black women specifically getting into this uh like I said, movement of growing plants and turning to herbalism and getting
Mm,
into more practical and tangible I can't even think of the word right now, but it's something. I feel like it's something both political and spiritual about it, and I feel like there's a lot of history behind it because I know for over here in Bed Stuy, which you're from here too, you already know, the
mm,
Magnolia Tree Earth Center, that space was honored or named after Hattie Carthon, and she was one of the first people to start a movement here where they planted trees in Bed-Stuy because in this
mm,
area alone, where there was a majority black family demographic, they didn't have any trees, they didn't have any plantation vegetation,
mm.
and we already know why
Yeah,
that is. So
yeah.
do you feel any kind of connection to that in a way, or was this something that was just simply like, hey, I'm just going to grow some plants and start making a YouTube?
No, so I think one, like I mentioned, it started through my grandmother. So one, learning like, wait a minute, how come a lot of my interest started peaking when I realized that, okay, a lot of times I'll tell people I'm into plants, and if you talk to some people, they'll be like, oh, you're into plants? And I'm like, no, this is really a black thing for us to be like into horticulture, botany, etc. My grandmother is farming outside. So a lot of that feels very like familial, ancestral, etc. So for me, I think one thing that I have been really like serious about since getting into plants is trying to keep up with the Black people that are doing it. Also, I will name that I have been like there's a channel, Black Woman Plant Chronicles, and she actually has just done a series recently talking about Black women in botany, because I think that's something that it's not it's a movement, but there have been people that have been into plants, doing horticulture, building up community gardens, mutual aid plant projects, etc. Um, and now that I'm in it, I'm just like, okay, I want to make sure that I continue their work and join into what they're already doing. Um, but for me, I think it started off as like, oh, this is a hobby. And then the more that I've learned as I've grown in the hobby, I'm like, oh, this is a very Black thing to do, to be into plants, to be into herbalism. And yeah, I hope that, I don't even know if that answered your question, but I was just kind
No,
of,
it absolutely did, and you added some language and vocabulary to what I was trying to say, because I was like, I don't know the terms. You said horticulture, botany. I'm like, oh yeah, those are the words I should be using.
yeah, I mean, like, I mean, you don't have to, but I'm thinking about it because there's so many right now. My biggest interest in plants right now is like genus called Anthurium, and it's a very like whitewashed uh like species to be into right now. So I've been really trying to search for different figures that are Black in the hobby. And I'm learning, oh, wait, just like with many other things, Black people will be right there at the starting ground, consistently doing the work and consistently not getting the credit. So I will say that if you are a Black person into plants, do your diligence, and you can find somebody who's into the same genus you're into. You can learn from people who look like you, come from the same communities as you. um yeah.
So you said whitewash. So is it something similar to the in the vein where they kind of gatekeep resources, or is it something that's just like they're predominantly in this space and making it seem like it's inaccessible?
Yeah, so they have taken over the space and made it inaccessible. So should I draw a new, like, on, do I make a new page? Because I want to
No,
draw. I
we're on
just
the
noticed you drawing.
no, we're on the same thing. It's a shared
Okay,
canvas.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Oh
you
my
pick a
gosh,
spot.
you're moving fast. You're moving
No, no, no,
fast.
no, no,
I'm gonna
no,
draw a
no. I'm
flower.
moving. No, it's all good. Go at your own pace. Go at your.
Okay. I'm like, wait, I need to put something on here. Okay. But yeah, they've made it very inaccessible, taking away from not just Black people, but other people of color as well. So for example, if I keep talking about Anthurium, a lot of times these are these are plants that are coming from places like Panama, Ecuador, Thailand, coming from Indonesia. And when you look at who is making the most money, or even the sellers that are able to charge I don't know if you know about the people are paying thousands of dollars on the plant, on one
Is
singular
there a
plant.
plant? Is there a plant black market?
No, they selling it on a street, like
It's just
just
regular
posted on
prices.
just regular prices. He, yep. hmm
Wow.
Yeah, but the people that are making this money, the people that are able to even charge this amount of money, are saying, well, it's if you get it from me, it's more ethical than if you got it from a person selling from Ecuador, right? But for example, if a plant that grows like a weed in my yard, right, is really desirable to somebody else, I'm gonna just chop their weeds up and give it to them, right? It's
Yeah.
growing like a weed. It's not doing anything for me. And that's kind of some of what we're experiencing. And their market, a lot of neocolonialism exists in the plant world. So who gets to sell a plant? Whose right is it to even have access to the plant? And yeah, you should spend $500 for a plant from this white person who got their original clone from someone who you're saying poached plants, but they're ethically distributing it, as opposed to this person from Ecuador who was already selling it to you initially at a reasonable price, but no, you should take this markup. That's a lot of what happens in the hobby currently.
Damn,
Oh,
white
you're
people
so
just
good at
ruin
this.
everything. What you mean I'm so good at this? I'm
Oh my
regular.
gosh.
I'm regular
I need to
degular. But no, it's
I need
so
to get the
crazy.
pen out.
It's so crazy because white people, no matter what they touch, there's always some toxicity and mess that goes along with it. It's insane that you just told me they're basically exploiting the industry so that they can make capital gains from it. Like
Yes.
capitalism and neocolonialism is ruining just all the basic needs that we have, whether it's creativity, whether it's producing through nature. Like it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. And I feel like, are there people I guess I want to ask you, like, are there people that are actively trying to push back and fight against that? What are some ways that you or other plant
Yeah.
influencers are navigating that space?
Yeah, I mean, there are people that are consistently trying to like crash their markets. So they'll get plants and like cut them up, propagate them, and sell them for dirt cheap in an effort to like reduce the market. People that are have gotten into things like doing like tissue culture. For me personally, I just refuse
Tissue culture?
to.
What's that? Hold on.
Oh, let me tell. Oh, yeah, yeah. So people are making labs in their homes or elsewhere, and they are essentially cloning plants. So if you have,
You're not
say, if I
giving away
just took
secrets,
a
right? Because
piece
I don't
of
want you to. I don't want you to
no, no,
expose.
no, ain't no
Okay.
secrets. Ain't no
Okay.
secrets. There's whole videos on this. Like if I
Okay.
took
Okay.
a piece of this plant, I could essentially create a clone of it, right? It's a long, tedious process, but imagine you'll have a bunch of like agar plates. Think back to like eighth grade science era where we used to do the swabs. And they're gonna grow plants from a genetically identical clone to these initial snipping that they took in a very sterile environment, but it's a more cost-effective way so that they can also crash those markets.
Wait. So,
And
what's the
then some
difference
people,
between cloning a plant and then just replanting something from a clipping?
so when they're doing clones of the plants, instead of it being like, oh, I took a cutting, I put it in dirt, instead they're growing it like from the genetically identical cells. So the cells are growing on the agar plate initially until it spawns a new plant.
Oh, that's some serious. That's some serious
This is real
science.
science. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They're really, yeah, yeah, yeah. Every time I'm like, I want to get into it, and then I look at the startup costs, and I'm like, but do you have the space for like? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You like the dirt. So let's stay there. But they're doing things of that nature. Oh, I need a smaller. Oh my goodness, I'm not prepared. Have
Nah, you good, Dre? You
I want to
good?
draw something nice.
You
Okay.
you got it.
But yeah. So I think people are doing that. There are also people who are just being intentional about where they're shopping from and trying to ensure that the people that they're buying from have a shared ideals. For me, that looks like really being very, very specific on where I shop and also trying to be intentional about like sharing with people that are like myself. Like I share with a lot of different Black women not creators, but plant enthusiasts. So if I have something, I'll just cut it up and send it to you for the free. You know why? Because the more of it in the world, the less value that it's gonna have for that person who's trying to, you know, make a profit. But there's capitalism is everywhere, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Now, when you do something like that, is that something? Is that type of free market sharing or whatever you want to call it? Is that something that would get you in trouble? Like if you just gave away plans? Because I know, like with certain things, there was a guy on TikTok, and I wish I could remember his name, but basically he was
Mhm.
doing something where he would take groceries like plants and vegetables and whatnot from the store and plant them and show you how to like grow them yourselves. And there was one time he went to like, I think it was either Trader Joe's or one of them other little fancy bougie white stores, and he got one of them pineapples. It was like a pink pineapple. It was like some genetically modified pineapple.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
took that, he was like, I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. I kid you not, I think hours later he came back and was like, hey y'all, I can't do this. They got
No.
him. They got him. They put him in a dark room and was like, yo, you better not grow our proprietary plant, our fruit.
Oh no. So I think that's not no. That's not something I've heard of. No, what?
Yeah, it's
How you
crazy.
gonna tell me what I can't grow in my what you mean?
They be owning that
That's not the
stuff.
case. I think actually that's another like on the flip. I started with the negative. Let me go to the positive. On the flip side, there are a lot of people that are very, very like generous and kind in the plant hobby. So you'll find people similar to myself who are, in an effort to make it more accessible, are just willing to share. There are large like groups where people are doing like buy sell trades. Dang.
Are there any
I
groups that
need
you
the
can think of you can share right now with the audience?
Yeah, so there's the Hoya Exchange, the Ethereum Exchange. There's a group called Ethereum Addicts. There are different discords. I always recommend Fido Rock's Discord. They're a they're sellers from or hybridizers from Texas. They've become a nursery, and they're very different. Their approach to selling is very different than what you would expect when when people are making their living off of something. Very
How so?
willing to like huh?
How so?
Like from the first time I bought a plant, they're very willing to like talk to you. If I have an issue with the plant, I could just DM them and be like, hey, pal, hey, Josh, I don't know what's going on.
Hey, pal.
It's yellow. You said it looked like this when it looked good when you sent it to me. It's not looking good now, and they'll help you out. If you're interested in a plant, they'll hold it to the side for you for a little, for a little bit. If you're like, oh yeah, I really want this, could you hold this for me for a little bit? Sure, no big deal. They do live. That's been a new big thing in plant selling, is like live sales.
Hmm.
And I'm screaming. My art is killing me. I'm trying to draw a little
You
flower
good. You
for vibes.
good.
But yeah, they do live sales. Most of their lives are mostly like educational. They really want to make sure that you're actually able to take care of it. They often will recommend a plant for you based off of where you are in your selling journey versus like you could have $500 to buy the plant. And even if you're like, oh, I want to buy this, they'll be like, have you ever had an anthurium before? You haven't? Don't do that.
Hmm.
don't don't waste your money. And they're like much more community based than I think other groups. They know you. So if you've been there once or twice, they know you. They'll be like, "Oh, hey, Ab, how you doing? What
Hmm.
y'all up to today?" And that's not the same energy you get elsewhere. At least not that I've seen. So,
Well, that's
um,
good.
yeah,
I'm
I
glad
recommend
there's.
them specifically because they also create all of their own plants, as well. So they hybridize their own plants. They're selling seeds that they made in their
Oh,
house
wow.
in their own grow tents. So you know that you're getting like good quality product, but also something that came from them. They care about. They have a lot of care. Wow, look at my little flower.
Let me go. Let me go look at it. Ooh, that ain't no little flower. That's a big
Oh,
flower. That's
it's looking.
that's
Look,
big
man, because
dog.
I'm on the iPad. It's looking. Your stuff is wow.
That is
I
a
need a little
beautiful little
pen.
flower. I love that.
It's a beautiful big flower because I'm looking, it's way bigger than everything
Yeah.
you drew. Well, how are you doing this so fast?
Cause I like
Take
you with
time.
your you can sit there and you can probably snip and clone all them things in the background. I don't know what the hell going on. Okay, so it's the same thing
I'm
over
screaming.
here.
I'm always impressed. Every time I'm like, wow,
I'm
you just,
impressed with what you got back there. I think
my
I would kill
goodness,
every single one of them plants.
you
The
could
only
do it.
experience I had growing something. Nah, you going to laugh at me. So when I was little, they had like a Captain Planet toy at Burger King, and these toys weren't really just toys; they were actual plants that you could grow. So I had one of them. It was like inside of this globe thing. It's like a blue
Mhm.
globe, and you put dirt in there, and you're supposed to grow like some kind of plant, had seeds or whatever. I was young, but it was still kind of crazy. So this was around the time that Got Milk was big, right?
Oh my goodness.
Got Milk was everywhere. You had Mario, Super Mario, all the celebrities got the milk mustache or whatever. I said, you know what would be great for this plant that I'm growing in my grandma's windowsill from Captain Planet? Milk. Dre,
No,
it was not.
no.
That was not the solution. That didn't help. The milk killed it. It was over for that little guy. He never made it. Rest in
No,
peace.
but you know what? Look, let me tell you, you would think that that's really off, but there are apps right now that are recommending to people to pour milk in their plants.
What?
Yeah. It's the AI of it all. It's really
Oh,
kind of stressing me out. I need
oh.
them to stop.
I thought you
I
was
need
about
them
to
to
tell
stop.
me
I'll get
something.
on my
Okay.
high horse. No, no, don't do it.
Okay.
They always make me get on I'll get on my soapbox. Leave the AI alone. I'm begging you.
It's so
I'm
crazy
begging
because I
you.
didn't even
I
think
don't
that
even
AI would infect the horticulture, botany, herbalism community.
It does. Even now, people will use AI. Ooh, oh no.
You're good. You still here?
My bad. Okay, sorry. I was getting a call, and let's put the phone on do not disturb. Don't call me. Okay. But no, AI is like really big, especially with sellers. They'll use AI to like create an image of what the plant looks like. So you're looking like that don't look, why doesn't it, something's off. And it's because it's AI, it's not real. But now people are, oh, did you freeze?
No, I'm right here.
Oh dang, you got so still. I said, wait a minute, are we good? But yeah, no. Um,
Want me to move around a little
so
bit more?
just, ooh,
Nah,
a
now
little
you
bit,
moving.
just a little bit. See, now I'm shaking. You made me nervous a little bit. Okay, but no, with AI, I feel like a lot of plant sellers are now utilizing AI to like get people to buy the plants that they have. But now you're getting something that does not look like when you get it in real life. It is not that. Also, the images are not good. The images are not good. I don't know. I don't know. I understand how it came to be and how it became so popular, but I think in so many of for a hobby that is tangible, for so many of these tangible real life hobbies, I don't know what is the benefit. What is the benefit? Like you're once the person gets the plant, it doesn't look like the AI generated image. How does this benefit your business? Are we just scamming? What are we doing?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I'm kind of
think
tired of AI though, all around. That's
you
a
you preaching to
completely
the
different
choir. Don't
topic.
even get me started. We could talk 3 hours about that.
I,
I think
yeah,
it's just the fascination of it being new and shiny. A lot of people
no.
are curious about what the tech can do, and in some cases it does have benefit in specific industries, not in creation and not within actual advice for growing things or medical help. But I think that people latch on to it just like they've latched on to other things like the hot new thing, whatever it is. It could be the iPhone, it could be a new game console. And AI unfortunately is something that is harmful in every aspect of human life right now. You have towns that are being poisoned by data centers. We have artists who are losing their jobs due to their company saying, hey, we actually fed your work into the algorithm. We don't need you no more. You have people who
Hmm.
are talking to this thing and they're like, hey, what if I drank blah, blah, blah every day? Is this okay?
Oh
And
my
it's like,
God.
yes, you can do that. And they're getting sick. You have kids who are falling in love with AI chatbots and grown people who are leaving their partners and spouses for the AI chatbots. There's so many different things that are happening. I'm actually working on a video right
What are
now
you
about this.
saying to me right now?
This
What are
is
you saying to me
this
right?
is this is
I just oh
this is
I
where
was
it's at.
you've taken it. See, I thought the article I read recently. My aunt sent me an article. I'm reading. I said you talk to AI 100 hours a week. How you do anything 100 hours a week other than breathe? Like you more. I'm like, wait a minute. I work 40 hours a week. You wait. Who? So that really took me aback, because I'm often at my own work. Like I am in the education field, and then I'm a recruiter basically. And I just always tell people like, why are y'all can't if you can't send an email, you can't write the email template yourself. Should we be doing this work? This feels you can't ask somebody, hey, I saw you. Oh my gosh, you doing really cool things in the for the community. Would you be interested in working with kids? You can't say that. You have to ask a that's a problem. But I'm really appalled. I'm flabbergasted because what do you mean that they're spending what leaving your part hold on.
It's called AI
Hold on.
psychosis.
I this is it's dangerous on so many levels, but oftentimes I'm always like, look, for me, it was just enough to know that okay, it's bad for the environment. The people are literally not having access to clean water. Their bills are getting extremely high just off the cost alone to the environment and to literal people. I said, "Oh, we don't need to use this. We were fine without it.
Yeah.
I don't need to be talking to AI every day. Whoever is benefiting, limit the use.
The thing
They
is,
don't want to.
they're putting that on us because there are so many people that are lonely. There are people that can't afford to go out. There are people that can't afford basic things, and this free, quote unquote, free technology is giving them what they want. It's just like a drug, just like crack, just like weed, just like any other vice that you can get addicted to. And that's what they want you to that's what they want to happen. They want you to be addicted to it, to rely on it, and inevitably end up spending money on it too. And the funny thing is that like OpenAI, one of the founding companies of this movement who created
Mhm.
ChatGPT, they're actually poised to be bankrupt in 2027. So they're losing
Stop
a
it.
lot of money, right? But now they're trying to put ads on the free version. Now they're trying to do all these different things to compensate for the loss of revenue. And the crazy thing is, it's like we've seen this coming. We all artists were the first people to talk about this, and nobody listened. But even before that, there were so many movies that came out. We had Ex Machina with the girl that was the robot, and she was fighting Homeboy Oscar Isaac. Her with Joaquin Phoenix
I
when he
love that
falls in
movie.
love with what's that, Scarlett Johansson, falls in love with Scarlett Johansson's voice. You know what I'm saying? It's like we've seen so many movies like this about AI, and yet we are still going along with it, and it's insane to me.
I think that's probably the psychosis bit is what's really going to be troubling for me right now because I just can't believe with all of the movies that we have out there that all of the information that we have saying this could happen and everyone's like, "Oh, that would never happen." That is where people are at and I understand loneliness. It's like I can understand. I just I understand. I understand. I'm trying to make sure I frame this from not like a judgment. I'm just so appalled that we've let it get to this point. I'm just so appalled. Like even when I think about my friends that are project managers, et cetera, I'm like, oh baby, it's gonna be tough for you out here, with the way that they're about to start taking away roles from you. Like even now, I'm like, the more AI you integrate into your job, of course, not every role will become obsolete, but roles that require creativity are going to become quote unquote obsolete, but you're not gonna get better product. You're gonna get worse output. Um, you cannot replace a person with AI. You know what I'm saying? Like they cannot do
Well, they
what the
have. That's
mind
the
can do.
unfortunate thing. They have in certain places. I know what you mean
Oh,
in the holistic, in the broad view, but
in the
they,
like literal way, not
yeah,
not literally. Like in my head, I mean like you shouldn't replace a person. There
right.
we go. Let me rephrase.
Yeah, yeah, we shouldn't, and they're trying to. I mean, they've been trying to do this for years. I mean, with the robots they got in China, with Boston Dynamics, the stuff that Elon Musk is building at Tesla, all these different things, even though they're puppets. And I'm not here to say that I'm a technophobe and I'm like purely anti AI because um,
Yeah,
there's so many different things under that umbrella, and I feel like we have to learn and be informed about the different things that are harmful and the things that are beneficial. Because there is one thing that I really enjoyed in terms of like robotics. There's a town in Japan where there are people who are terminally not ter- are they terminally ill? No, what's the term for when someone can't go outside because they're sick? What is that called?
um,
It's like they're like bedridden or they can't go outside. Like they have a sickness that just doesn't allow them to be out in the world. I forgot what it's called. It's not agoraphobia, but it's like there's another term, umbrella term for.
I've never
Okay,
I've
well,
never heard of the term. We're gonna go with what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah. So basically, there are people in Japan who are so sick that they can't go out to like get a job. They can't go out and meet friends or whatever. And this guy came up with this idea, which I think is ingenious, which is a great synthesis between technology and humanity, where he created a cafe that's run by robots. The robots are actually controlled by the people remotely in their homes. And that gives them one, a
Oh,
way to make money and income, but also interact with people on the daily. So you have the robots walking around taking your orders. There's one that makes your coffee. I'll send you the video when we get off of here. But like I thought it was
yeah,
really fascinating because it shows that technology can be used for something that is purely beneficial outside of just capital gain and people wanting to
yeah.
like wave their dicks around. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
mean, as a person,
on that part, I'm like, okay, I'm with that.
yeah, I mean, as a person who grows plant, if I turn off these lights, we'd be in the dark right now. It's
Hmm.
like two windows in this whole attic. So as a person that is I'm definitely not anti-technology. I think that for me, one of the biggest things I always make is that I just think that AI is too accessible. It's not supposed to be something we just supposed to be using every day.
No.
This is not no, I'm like, that's not how that goes. And also the uses because of capitalism and the way we're approaching things, everything is efficiency. White supremacy, capitalism, everything is efficiency.
Hmm.
It's definitely not work smarter. It is always like this, how fast can we do something, right? Like
Hmm.
how can we cut the time down? And there are too many stories, like even when AI is implemented in hospitals, right? There are too many stories that exist. For me, one is too many, but there are more more than enough stories of the AI systems that doctors are now being told to use to tell them like what course of action to take being wrong, right? And students passing away. Like there was a student, I believe it was either an NYU or Columbia student that's here where we at. A student going to the hospital multiple times and for a preventable illness, you guys could have prevented his passing, who was sent home, told you're fine, you just got a flu and passed away, right, in his dorm because the AI told the resident this is what you're supposed to do. Now, if the resident was able to utilize all the learning that you took from medical school versus being forced to just input information into AI systems, I'm sure he could have used his learning, his knowledge to take a different course of action. But those are areas where I'm like, okay, I understand what you're trying to do, but it's not foolproof, right? Um, yeah, it's
See,
not
now you just
foolproof.
scared me because now I'm thinking like, what if I go to a hospital or something and these little intern ass niggas, what do they call them? what's the other word for them? Not intern,
Residents?
resident. Yeah, you just said it. And they over here going talking to Chat GBT or Claude. I'm like, nah, fam. I'd rather
No,
you
but
get it wrong on your own.
they have systems that they're implementing that they have to use. So they'll write in your BP, your symptoms that you mentioned, et cetera, and it will tell them, it will give them output of what to do. Whereas before they used to have to, let's think about this. Like, I need
Yeah.
you to think about it.
Yeah,
I
think
need
I
y'all to
need
think
you to
about it
talk
in
to
those
somebody.
places.
Like, hey, sit
Yeah,
down
yeah,
over
yeah,
a
yeah.
sandwich and be like, hey, Mister So and So might need a heart transplant. Oh, actually, no, you shouldn't do that because blah 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 blah. Because like,
No,
yeah, it's
exactly.
not at the place. I don't think it's at the place right now where it can genuinely help every single patient and every single illness and every single sickness. I think it is a great idea in like the general sense of like, oh yeah, like when we think about sci-fi movies, it's like, yeah, some of this tech would be useful in conjunction with human input, but not as a replacement or the ultimate guide. Like you're going to this thing for like the most critical answers, and I feel like there should be some sort of barrier or checks and balances with that, because yeah, losing a patient like that's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Agreed.
um yeah, I have a whole video that's coming out about AI that goes into like the intricacies of it. So like I'm definitely someone that's trying to be as like well read about it as possible.
Yeah.
I want this to be a thing where we can, because I don't think it's going away. Now I want to find an avenue where we can regulate it, round it up, and put restrictions on it, and find other ways that can utilize it without destroying the planet, destroying the environment, and destroying our mental health.
Yeah.
That's where
Oh,
I'm at.
yes. Yes. And I mean, like, to even think about it from the plant aspect, there's so many people that are creating apps that are making so much money just utilizing AI to solve people's problems. But one, now the plants are dying. It's wrong.
Yeah.
Two, it's antithetical to most people that enjoy houseplants, et cetera, are typically going to be people that are like, okay, wait, we need to be conservation, we need to be a little bit more mindful. But you're doing the opposite now, right? Because you don't even know that the app that you're using isn't actually information that somebody put in. It's just whole lot of AI telling you to put cinnamon in the pot. And there are areas where cinnamon can be helpful, sure, yes, but probably not for what it's telling you to do. I mean, it's probably not. So yeah.
AI going to have somebody end up making a killer tomato. Remember that? Remember that cartoon?
Oh no.
You
What
never
was what
saw
cartoon
that?
was that?
Attack of
No.
the Killer Tomatoes. It was based off of a movie of the same name, and they made a cartoon back in the 90s. I'm actually drawing something that's based off that right now, or coloring
Okay, you
something.
said back in the 90s?
Yeah, it was called Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and essentially, like, this scientist made sentient tomatoes, and they would like kill people.
Wow.
The movie was more, it was much more dark, where the cartoon was lighthearted, and they had like a hero that was trying to like fight back, and there was like a monster of the week type of thing, and then they had like a cute little tomato that was like the pet. They always had to have like a little pet character, so they had a
Yeah.
little pet. And then there was like a girl that was a tomato that got turned into a human. It was a really quirky and weird cartoon back in the day. But I love that the '90s felt more conscious about like plant life and horticulture, botany, and herbalism than it do now. Because you had like a troll in Central Park. You had what was that? Little Shop of Horrors with Audrey 2. You had Captain Planet. Obviously, he was all about
Mm.
the environment. And now I don't feel like we see too much of that.
Yeah, you know what? Even for I was born in 97 half, so I can't
Oh,
tell you about
I
before.
thought you was right there with me. I thought you was up there in the earlys. Oh,
No.
that's
I
why.
wish. I'm like,
Oh,
no, I don't know. So I know that at least I feel like we were the last little bit that got told a little
yeah.
bit about go outside, nature, et cetera. Sometimes I'm like, dang, they don't have it's no like outside plant life in which what are y'all doing? Especially for like my own little kids that I got. But I don't know. I feel like it's a weird time because now you could still find people that are really trying to push you into like being more attuned to nature, outside, outdoors, etc. But you have to search for it. And
Hmm.
even in like the little kids cartoons, it's not as prevalent as it used to be. They're all heroes now. And the heroes are all like random. There's no like I don't know. It's very it's very interesting. There's not a lot of gardening. There's not a lot of, I don't know.
Would you
Even
be
now, when I tell people I garden, they're like, what do you mean by that? They're like, what do you mean you garden? I'm like, no. And they're like, how? I'm like, no, like outside with my grandmother. And they're like, no, yes.
would you, being that you're in this space, be open to collaborating with writers or artists to create a show like that? Because we would need someone like you to you or someone like you to be at the forefront of this movement, right? Because like you said,
Hmm.
there's not that many cartoons out there. There are positive cartoons that exist, right? There's stuff that's
Yeah.
for black culture and little black girls and black boys. There's stuff about inclusivity with the queer community. There's stuff about so many different things, but they're I can't think of anything off the top of my head that's specifically about the environment.
Yes. There's actually a book by a black botanist um that is for kids actually. Oh my gosh. And I just had it because I said, let me make sure I buy this next year when my when my kids are a little bit bigger and they can engage with the book a little bit more. But there are people that are writing is just so niche that you would have to think about it to go find it. But yes, I
Mm-hmm.
would to answer your question, yes, of course I would want to support in any way. I feel like I would also want to direct people to people that know a little bit more. There are even like certain YouTubers that I've looked up to. There are certain black YouTubers that I've looked up to. That I have in mind is Garden of Kaylin. She's a black woman, but she's also went back to school for botany so that she can be
Mm,
like, no, no, not only do I have these plants and I didn't taught y'all how to take care of them, but now I'm going on to the into the other side, right? To make an impact in that way.
that's wonderful, actually. Do you know? I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but there was one that I found on TikTok, and I follow her on Instagram. I think she's like one of the biggest.
She got locks.
Yeah,
Yeah, Paige.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
she
yes,
just
yes.
moved. She got like a whole big old house, and she got
Yes.
mad
Okay, rooting
plants.
for plants. There we go. Rooting for
That's the
plants.
name of the one you were just talking about.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely
Yes.
check her out. Check them out too.
It's a good no, that's the book that I was talking about
Oh,
for
the
that like
book.
already
Okay,
exists for kids. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, definitely gonna check that out because we need that. We need that. It's really important because, like, in terms of resistance movements, liberation movements, parties like the
Yes.
groups like the All African People's Revolutionary Party and Black Men Build, the Black Panthers, the Black Lions, all these different groups.
Yes.
One of the core things they teach you is gardening and teaching you how to plant your own and grow your own food because that's the first
Yeah.
step in resistance is to being able to fend for yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna send the picture to you after, but I have an indoor like hydroponic grower too because it's just fun. I love all this stuff, and I just did like a yield this morning to share with my grandmother. I'll send you a picture of what we got.
Mm-hmm.
But and we're about to start seeds because spring is coming. Have the snow is gone. Thank
Yes.
goodness.
Yeah.
We ain't seen snow like that since I was in not even middle school, like elementary school. I don't remember the times. I
2010.
was little.
2010. That was like the last
Dang, I was
big
in middle
one.
school.
Yeah.
No, it's been I really looked outside. I said, wait a minute.
It was
There's a
nasty.
lot going on here. I got the car stuck in the snow. I just looked, I said, well, just leave it there. Good luck. But I'm gonna just leave it.
Not good luck.
Um, yeah, but even now, like, is like the time to even start seeds. And this year, I'm trying to make sure that I hone in on like learning more about what you can do year round, because that's something that I did not know last year when I was outside gardening, doing my raised beds. Is there are things you can be growing all the way into the frost of winter.
Mm-hmm.
Like things like kale, you can have that going until it's real cold outside. I did not know that. So this year I'm trying to maximize that because I don't want to I want to be just like my grandmother's like, I'm not going to the store over the
Mm-hmm.
summer. I'm trying to go to the supermarket as little as possible.
Right.
Once we get to the peak, we got it. We even grew watermelon last year.
Nice. You know,
Yeah.
have you ever been to
So
the watermelon guy? What I can't even talk. The watermelon dude on what is that? Is that Tompkins? Is that all the way down Tompkins? No, Troop. Troop by the big
that
church.
no.
Yeah, he come out like every summer. You know where the McDonald's is at on Fulton and Troop, where the C train is at? Go a block
Yes.
up, and he's right there across the street from the
Okay.
church. He has like a pickup truck, and he'd be selling mad watermelons out of there. He been doing that for like probably a decade now. He getting old, so Maybe he'll
Okay,
pass it
maybe
on to
we should.
somebody.
I was gonna say we're gonna check. Everybody got a watermelon person. I'm realizing because we
Yeah,
have somewhat. Because I moved to Queens now, so I then left. Now I live in Queens. So there's
traitor.
definitely yeah. No, I lived in every borough. Have I moved from Brooklyn straight to the Bronx? Wow, what a time. And
Wow,
then from the
wow.
Bronx, I moved to the Heights. um, Also, what a time. But you know what? And now I'm in Queens, and I say, you know what, safely I can say I will not move to Staten Island. It's a
No,
little
don't
too
do that.
far, but every borough is cool. All the boroughs are cool. If it wasn't so far, maybe I would try it out. But
Look at you
that's a little
trying to
bit
keep
much.
the peace. Look at you trying to keep the peace. All the boroughs are cool. I know that. I know that line. You running for political office. Talking about all the boroughs. Don't hide your face. Nah, the plans can't protect you now. but have you?
Look, I don't want any ops in my. Don't come and tell me nothing about where you're from and how it's the best. I don't want to do that with you.
It's
You
Brooklyn
also
all
don't want to do
day.
it with me. If I
It's
get
Brooklyn all
serious
day
about
over
it, you don't
here.
want me to get serious.
It's Brooklyn all day over here. I'm sorry. I don't care where nobody else from. Yeah, sure. Rap started in the Bronx. Oh well, but hey, I ain't gonna say nothing else. Anyway,
Well, look, me, it's yeah, no, I love Brooklyn.
yeah, I
hmm
love your I love your giant leaf down here. This is giving like prehistoric
Which one?
Jurassic
Oh, that's what
era.
I was trying to. Yes,
It
I
looks
was
like the
going
one
to tell
behind
you.
you.
That's what I was trying to draw one in front of me. It didn't. I told you it didn't go well, but
No,
we
don't
did
because I can
something.
see it. I can see it. That's what I knew what it
I tried
was.
to do a little, you
Yeah.
know,
And you don't
it
recognize
took.
any of these characters over here? I know you was born in
Hold on,
'97, but like
wait.
you got to know at
It's
least
telling me
one
to
of these.
reload.
Reload. Got a
Why is it?
plant gun?
Why am I that? And stop.
No, there was a game called Plants vs Zombies where they did have like plant guns, which is really funny.
Oh, my thing was crashing. Okay. Okay, this one here, this from Pokemon, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's
I know
Bulbasaur.
that because I have the big Bulbasaur teddy bear for my kids downstairs. I could,
Yeah.
yes, I'm there. I did not know the name. They were
There you
asking me, and
go.
I'm like, "This is from Pokemon, baby. That's all I
I
know.
think you was born
That's
the
all I
same year it
got."
came out, so I'll let that slide.
No, I had the cards too. I just couldn't remember. I had the cards. There was a point where, for no reason, because did we know what we were doing? No. But
No,
me and my cousin had boxes of them Pokemon cards. I said, at this point, what are we doing with these? We just keep going to the
just
toy store. We
collected
just
them.
buying them.
There used to be a
Maybe I've been a collector. I used to have a lot of Hot Wheels too.
damn, that's just your thing. You're a collector.
Maybe,
Yeah, because I used to have a
maybe.
lot of cards too, and I never played it. I just used to like collecting them, and I used to when I was in elementary school, there was around the corner from the school,
hmm
um there was like you remember them old little Chinese spots that would just sell everything in there, it'd be like book bags, toys, all that stuff.
Miss them. The
Yeah,
90, the real low budget,
yeah.
the real. They don't exist like that
No,
anymore.
they
Yeah,
don't.
yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't seen one in years. So I went around. Actually, no, there's one on Graham. I think there's one left on Graham Avenue, and
Used
right
to be able to
here.
get pots
Yeah, you get
and a
anything in there.
t-shirt all in the same place.
And it'd be like pretty good quality too. It wasn't even no cheap
Yeah,
stuff. But nah, I went in
yeah.
there. Me and my friend used to go in there, and they would sell like Pokemon cards. And like this was around the time where they were introducing like dark Pokemon. This is when like season 2 came out, and they were going to Johto, and they was introducing all the new ones. And we would go in there and just buy them. They were like $5 the little pack, which is five
A little
dollars.
pack. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then I had like a big stack at one point, and I remember I don't know what happened. I got in trouble at some point. I don't know if it was in school or somewhere else, but my dad took them. It's a stack this big, and I never saw it again. And I'm like, dang, I wish I still had that because I could have sold them. Because those were the like, I was going and I was getting like legit like cards, right? Them drinks
We
could have
should
been
have. We
selling for
didn't.
thousands.
We didn't know. We didn't know better. We had so many Pokemon cards. We probably could have made a grip.
For
Then they were
real.
like, "Okay, it's time to clean out your toys," and we're like, "Oh, we don't play with these no more. Let's get
Right.
rid of this."
Right. And now
Dang.
now look at the industry. They had a dude. You ain't see the thing the other day. The dude robbed. There's like two kids robbed the store, the Pokemon store, with people inside. They was just playing the game, and then like these two kids, they was like 17, 18 years old, came in with like I don't know if they had actual guns on them, but they came in and they was smashing everything. And they was taking all the
No.
cards and stuff and ran out. Yeah, it was called. I think it's called the Pokemon Center or something like that.
I,
That's where we at
you
now.
know, I'm okay.
That's where people are at.
Okay, we could have had something. We could have had something. We could have had, you know what? We could have had something, but I'm not going I'm not gonna miss my next opportunity. Even not like with plants now, I'm like, wait, at least if you decide, which I won't, I think this is a for life thing. If you decide you don't want to be into this genus anymore, don't just throw it out, girl. Move a little, think about where you want to give it to. At least give it to somebody who's going to care for it, take care of it, and maybe be able to reap the investment that you I'm a little bit, selling is hard for me. It's not my thing. Every time I try to do sell plants, I'm always like, oh, but this is not for me. Like, why are we negotiating prices? Why are we I don't want
Mm.
to do any of that. Um,
Why?
but yeah, I don't want to sell
Yeah.
plants.
Does it feel icky to
It's a
you?
lot of work.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of work. And I think that for me, there's like I straddle that fine line of I don't I'm on the one of the people that wants to like lower the prices of plants. But at some point, you're asking me to send you a plant to California. Do you know how much the shipping costs?
Oh.
I'm not, if you want it for $5, I don't think that you're
Oh,
not the one. You know
you
what I'm saying?
shipping across. Okay. I thought you just
Yeah,
meant
like I'm
here.
shipping
Okay.
plants. Yeah, if I'm giving it away here, for people here, I've given plants to people here for free. Like,
Yeah.
please, if you could come pick it up, come get it. That's on me. I'm cool with that. It's kind of like Facebook. Plant selling makes me think of like giving away on things on Facebook Marketplace.
Hmm.
It's just a lot of effort. It's a lot of the back and forth. For context, I have anxiety, so like this, a lot of the comment, I'm like, wait, can you just take it? What do you mean? What do you mean you want to know how many years? It's all in the listing, please.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's a really great thing to do, especially locally. And I feel like that's something that could be very beneficial for all ages, especially now that a lot of people are getting into planning and getting into, growing their own stuff. Because I don't know how do you go to any like community gardens or anything like that? Do you participate in those
Okay, so
spaces?
this is one of the years I'm trying to do that. I emailed all the community gardens in my area to get involved. They typically start back up around like the middle March to end of March. So I'm waiting to hear back on my applications to them. Like I'm trying to,
But you got to apply
hello? Yeah, you got to reach out and then there's applications to the garden. Yeah, there don't be endless
to
spots.
like, oh, to have your own
I wish
spot.
that one of my wishes and dreams would be to be able to like get get one of those going. You know what I'm saying? Like one of
Yeah.
those, a community garden or a space that isn't actually taking the turn that some of them have taken. Like I just want people to be able to come and be involved if you want to. You want to come and rotate through who's going to water the tomato plants this week?
That's what I thought
Let's
it
do it.
was, because I know there's one that's near me where they kind of do that, where it's just like everybody come over and we hang out and then take care of the garden. I didn't know there was like a whole thing where people have reserved
There are
spots and
some
all
where
that
there,
stuff. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Hmm.
Are they run by?
No, because I don't do that.
Okay, okay. She said,
No,
"No, I don't do that."
I don't. Oh man. Well, sometimes we got to be honest.
No, no, no,
We got to
no.
be
This
honest.
is the space for that.
I just not look for me. I think I want to spend most of my time. What I tell my friend, I tell my oh, my friend Sin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just told him the other day. I said, look, the world is centered on whiteness, so my world doesn't have to be. So I'm gonna do my best to not do that. You know what I mean? Like, cause I already got to go to the store, every advertisement, everywhere I'm at. That's okay. TV show, that's all right. That's them, but not if I have a choice, I'm gonna choose black every time.
Same. And
Every single time.
they hate when you decenter them. We can be in our own space and they just get so jealous. They get so infuriated. Like, what
Yo,
about me? And I said this
yo.
joke the other day with a friend because I don't know if you know about Raven Simone and her wife, but they have a
Mm.
podcast. And there was an episode where she was with Tiffany Haddish and they were talking about collard greens. And then the white wife goes, "What about ham hocks?" And I'm just like, that's how they are. They always want to butt in. They're what about ham hocks and everything. It's like everything don't revolve around you and don't need you in it. Sometimes we just want to be with
Yeah,
ourselves. It's like you want to hang with your family. You know what I'm saying? This is a family oriented community. We're trying to grow together in a way that is devoid of your interference. Because every time you're
exactly.
involved, there 9 times out of 10, there's going to be some sort of detriment to you or your presence being there.
Yeah. This is so random. I just looked down. Do you teach? You
Yeah.
teach?
Yeah.
You need to teach a little class do you teach little kids
Yeah.
sometimes? You ever do? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna bring my son. My children are artists
Oh
in
yeah.
the making. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down.
If I toured my house, you would see there's art everywhere. It's all
Yeah,
over the
no.
walls.
I'd definitely be down for that. Like I've been doing it
Yeah.
for about like 10 years now, around there. So like third to fifth grade. Um,
Oh, that's cool.
the highest grade I've done is like sixth or seventh
Oh, I
grade.
taught eighth grade, Ab. That's a
Yeah.
random lore. I taught eighth grade science.
What?
Oh, I guess that's it. Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wait,
I did.
hold on, big brain, hold on. You taught eighth grade science. All right, Bill Nye, what's going on?
Not Bill Nye. Okay. No, that was it was a what a time. Yeah.
What a
I was
time.
initially pre-med, yeah, in undergrad. I did not complete that track. I realized watching Grey's Anatomy is not enough for you to decide that you want to be a doctor.
Not
Stop it.
Shonda Rhimes. Come
Stop
on
it.
now.
Stop it. Look, you have to actually look your parents in the eye and say, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was 17. Why did you let me make that choice so young? And I changed my mind. And that's what I did.
Hmm.
So now here I am.
Wow. It's so interesting where we all come from, right? Like
Yeah.
sometimes we're already on the track that we're supposed to be on, and then other times we come from completely different journeys. And I think that also, though it's can be disappointing for some people, I think it leads into better opportunities because that knowledge that you took from there can be applied to what you do now.
Yeah, exactly. So, adding to the lore, so I initially went to school in England. I went to the University of Nottingham. So I was like a semester away from
Excuse
graduating when
me,
I was like,
hold
"Oh,
on.
JK."
The
Yeah,
University of Nottingham.
yeah,
What? Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like a semester away from graduating, and I was just like, "Ooh, mom, you about to be mad. This ain't for me, girl.
Wait,
I'm
so
coming home."
you flew all the way to the UK
Yeah,
and
I
you was
lived
a
there for 2.5
semester,
years.
2.5 years, a
Yeah,
semester away, and then one day you just like, I can't do this. This is not for me. Like,
yeah.
what
I
led you to
just
that
knew that
moment
I
though? What
didn't want
happened?
to. Um, a lot of life was life in, and then I had to just look around and be like, you know what? One, do you want to stay here when you're, because obviously my family is here. I was like, do I want to stay here while I'm going through everything I'm going through? And then also, have you looked at this MCAT book? No, you don't want to go to med school. Take a look around you. And then I think for me, that's something I'm also a little passionate about. This is a tangent, but basically in high school, I did a lot of like advocacy work. Even my aunt was like trying to advocate to my mom, like, I think that she should do something that's not this. I think our little baby needs to be talking somewhere. She needs to be doing something creative. She needs to not be doing where you're sending her to. I don't think this. Um, and my mom was like, "Oh no, she wants to do this," because in my mind, I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta give back. My mom made sacrifices. I'm a child of an immigrant. I gotta do my thing." She was right. I should have listened to my auntie. And when I made the pivot, my family was supportive. My mom was kind of like, "Wow, you sure? One semester? I mean, if you're gonna come home, come home. You always at home." And then I ended up coming back home. And then I ended up graduating with a degree in Africana Studies. So
Oh, you
hard
should.
pivot.
Hey, no, there's nothing wrong with that. But also, there's someone else in our Discord community that is a scholar in Africana studies as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you might have seen her name pop up, Nisha. She's in the Discord.
Yes,
You should
yes, yes,
connect with
yes.
her because she's like deep in that too.
Oh, I
Um,
will.
yeah, no, I think that's really fascinating, and it's so great to hear your journey and where you led up to because I think all of these things were necessary for you to get to this point now, and the knowledge that you
Yeah,
have, and all the people that you've met and the resources that you've used create this space. We wouldn't have Dre under the
yeah.
leaves if you didn't go to the UK. You know, we wouldn't have Dre
No,
under the
literally.
leaves
I
if
mean,
you
we
didn't do all these
wouldn't.
other things. Yeah. So I
We
think
really wouldn't.
that's fascinating. Also, it's really funny when you think about it. There is a lot of medical propaganda when you think about media. There's so many shows. You mentioned Grey's Anatomy. But there's also House MD. There's Scrubs, so it just came back, which is really amazing, by the way.
What's the one I can't I haven't watched it yet. The Pit.
The
I'm
Pit.
like,
I'm not
"Geez,
watching that. It
another
looks too
one."
dramatic. It looks too dramatic for me.
It just looks like there's a lot going on.
Yeah, it did
It
win a
feels
lot of
like they're like, "Oh,
awards
this is
though.
what Grey's Anatomy wanted to be." I said, "So you mean you put
Oh,
strong acting and then you did the HBO, so now they're gonna cuss and it's gonna be No. A lot of the storylines in Grey's Anatomy, if they had done it with
it
the
would have been a lot of sex.
HBO budget, it would have been a lot of intense. Very intense.
Yeah,
Too much going on.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched a single episode of Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, that
Now
was
that I
my,
think about it,
hyperfixation in
yeah,
my junior, senior
that
year.
would make
Yeah, I
sense
said,
because
"Oh,
that's where you were
wow."
going.
I started watching it and I said, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, then I stopped because it got a little dramatic. So, if I recommend seasons 1 to 2, skip 3 and 4, come back
yeah.
6,
And now that's like the
then
longest
ended
running
at
show,
10.
right? Because before it used to
It
be
ended at
ER.
season 22.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I
How is
think
that
before that it
happening?
was ER, and then there was another one called what was the one where like the little boy woke up and it was all a dream? What was that called? It was like an old show. I think it was around the same time. This is before our time though. But it was
He
a
woke
very
up and it
popular
was all
show.
a dream.
Yeah, it was called Saint something, Saint Elsewhere. That's what it was called, Saint Elsewhere.
Oh, I thought Days of Our Lives or one of them shows was doing
No,
it.
not the, they probably did. Actually, no, they probably did. Like General Hospital and all them joints.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Saint Elsewhere is like a really popular show, and then like at the very end, turns out it was just like a dream of an autistic child who had a snow globe, and he just dreamed the whole thing up. He just imagined the whole
You
thing.
know, because you said this, now I can go ahead and watch it knowing, wow, this is all fit. I'm gonna go ahead and find it
Yeah,
because I'm appalled.
yeah, and everybody was
Okay.
pissed off. Everybody was tight because of that.
I can
That's
imagine. I think I would have been tight too.
I think that was
Yeah.
one of the first shows to do something like that.
But
Actually,
that's cool.
yeah.
See, we're not gonna get anything new if people decide they're gonna do everything with AI. See, you just brought me back to that.
No, I
I
I'm
want
still
new
here.
stuff.
I'm still here. And my people are
Yes.
still here. So we're going to make sure that we are creating. We just need to be funded. We need to find the rich people or the wealthy people that want to fund what we're doing. Because if that
They out
keeps up,
there.
they're going to keep giving us Marvel Avengers 55. It's going to be we're going to be 60 years old and they talking about some
I've been trying to figure out
here's
how
old
many
man Tony.
Spider-Mans do there need to be?
Wait, hold on. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's our boy. He's
Okay.
from here. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's my guy.
But all right, fine. You know what? We can have 50,000 Spider-Mans.
Yeah, leave everybody
I'm
else.
just kinda like, wow, there's a lot of the same thing coming out. And people be like, "You're not a Marvel fan?" I just saw this before. Is it new? Like, what is I decided not to watch them 'cause I'm thinking they're just doing remakes, but are they new? Can someone tell like,
Yeah,
what is there
each
to
one
it?
is different. So it's not like
Why?
so technically they're
It's different
rehashing.
universes?
No, so what I have experienced with the superhero genre of film and TV is that the majority of the time in the beginning it was like a rehashing of the same stories over and over again. Like, oh, Peter Parker is late for
Okay.
school, he's dating Mary Jane, and he's in trouble, and da 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 da. But the newer ones, like the Miles Morales one, is probably the best one I've ever seen because it's incredibly fresh. It's a very unique story. It's centered around a
Mm,
black and Latino kid from Harlem, and he basically it's like this whole story of like racism and identity and finding your own self within a universe that doesn't want you because he's an anomaly. He wasn't supposed to be Spider-Man, but he is
okay.
Spider-Man now. So like the entire universe is fighting, literally fighting against his existence. And I think that's such an amazing story, and it's animated. So if there's
Okay,
one
Imma
Spider-Man
watch
I want
it.
you to get into, it'll be that one.
No, I was gonna say, you know, I look, I don't even really watch. I don't normally watch stakes that much that often, but I will today. I'm actually gonna be like, you know what? That's what we
Yeah,
doing today. I
yeah,
lie. It's not today. It's tomorrow. I'm going to the
yeah.
circus today, but
You going to the
tomorrow.
circus today?
Yeah, I got random free tickets to
Okay,
go to the Ringling
Universal.
Brothers
Oh,
Circus.
is Universal
Yeah,
still out?
I did. You that was the first circus I took my little babies to. Yeah, I did
Oh,
Universal like
nice.
2 years ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They're still out. They come every year. They're in like different parts of New York. They
yeah. I
were in
remember
Queens
they used
like
to have
2
the
years ago.
big advertisements on the TV. Universal all the
Oh,
time.
it was so good. It was so good. Oh, I was like, "This is great. This is great." And
Yeah,
they end the show with, like, them coming out on the bikes, and I was like, "Wow,
yeah.
look at my baby. You look at you." And he was having a time. He
That's
was having a
good.
time, so
That's good. I miss stuff like that. I miss old New York. Not to sound like a old curmudgeon, but it definitely is a
I
huge
yeah.
difference.
You're from Bed-Stuy, so you feel me, but I'm from Bushwick. They started calling us East Williamsburg at some point.
I don't claim
Help
that.
me.
I don't claim
Help
that.
me. What do you I come every time I go back home, I'm like, "Mom, when did this building what is going on here? How you gonna tell me no part what's happening?"
Yeah.
The building, like them, the biggest crime I think they're doing is what they're doing to the brownstones. I'm like, dang, so
What are
y'all
they
will
doing to the
preserve
brownstone?
everything that you like, either tearing them down, adding onto them. So now certain like because brownstones are connected, as you know, right? So if you add on to a brownstone in between two houses, that's gonna add weight to both houses. There are people that have like lost their ability to live safely in their home because they've added on to a brownstone next door, but they have not repaired the people's house who live in the home. Yeah.
I didn't even
On
know
my
they were
mom's block.
touching. I didn't even know they was touching
Yep.
brownstones. I
They're
felt like
adding no,
brownstones
they've
were
added
like
on how
historical
they've added
landmarks.
no. No, my entire my childhood block is full was full of brownstones, and now it's like they've added on 2, 3 floors. They chopped the brownstones in half. It's like 6 apartments and what I'm like, how do y'all what is going on?
Let's call Mom Donnie right now because this is ridiculous.
I'm trying to call my boy Ron. He's not answering. He is not answering. He is not answering the phone for me. I need to get his number ASAP.
We need to
But
get somebody on the
yeah,
phone now. What's the other dude named
yeah.
Chi Hosek? We need to get him on the phone, whatever his name is.
If you trust me, if you just take a walk, there was nothing like going to school in England and coming back. I feel like that made it even more dramatic. Every few months coming back and being like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" Like the store is closing. The Chinese food spot is gone. I said, "Oh my God, I'll never have that again." I didn't know. I didn't know it was my last time when I had it.
You never know.
I would have saved it.
You never know what you
Damn,
got till it's gone.
that's the thing. Now we knew what we had. We didn't know they would leave though. We didn't know.
Yo, do you remember
We didn't
back in the
know.
day when they would like OD and put like mad sauce, like mumbo sauce and barbecue sauce and ketchup on there? That's how you knew they liked you.
You can't get the dot like look, the thing that pains me is my kids will never know the life of just having $1 and being able to get some fries with the little sauce after school. You can't do what you gonna do
Bro,
with
you
that
know how
dollar?
much $5 could get you back in the day? Oh my god, you had a
A
feast.
whole meal.
You had a
A
feast.
whole meal,
And you could
bed,
share
side, snack,
and you could share
candy,
with everybody
dessert,
else.
sharing it. Can't do
You
that
come to
no more.
school with a big old plastic bag full of
You
remember the honey barbecue wise with the little bee on it, that little angry
oh
bee?
my goodness.
He was always
Yes,
so mad. I was
yes,
like, why he so mad?
yes. Those were the ones. I was trying to tell I'm like, you can't what can you do at the store? If I give you $5, you can't even get a you could maybe get a sandwich, depends on where you at.
Yeah. And I'm not even gonna tell
That's
nobody where
strong
it's at
maybe.
either, because that's how you start the
No,
problem.
please don't, because they don't say anything. Keep it
Yeah.
actually, tell me, but don't tell them.
Yeah.
No
Yeah. Yeah.
no shade, but no, tell
No,
me
for real,
no.
because that's how it start.
No.
And no offense, it's not about. I feel like gatekeeping is only good when we're protecting culture and protecting, the prices of things, right? Because like now,
Oh, for
look at
sure.
look at oxtail now, right? Look at beef patties now.
The Jamaican in me is so hurt that I have to grow up in the era where oxtail is so expensive.
Oxtail is way
Every time
too
I look at the
much.
price, I'm like, "Wow." When my mom is talking about what she's cooking for Thanksgiving, Christmas, I'm like, "Wow, this is how much money you gotta spend just for" wow. That hurts me a little bit. Even the cost of like back my mom was telling me back in the day, stuff like goat, oxtail, stuff for the oxtail and the goat was never this expensive. Now you looking at a couple hundred for the big family function, couple hundred. It's an investment. As a matter of fact, everybody throw five. It's
Yeah.
like that.
It's them what about ham hocks coming in and they're like, come with me to this.
Yo, green, any kind of greens that upsets me so bad because when I was in high school and in my little vegetarian vegan era, I used to be able to get the little greens and do my thing. I said, now look at y'all. Y'all's green juice done ruined it for people that just want to make they come on now.
Everything going up. They even attacking
Kale grows like a
sardines.
weed. They disrespectful for charging that much for it. Kale grows fast
Used to be cheap.
and plentiful.
Used to get like a whole thing of
Sardines
kale.
cost go to if you go to Trader Joe's, I promise you the sardines is not 50 cent. It's not 20, it's probably over $1. Why is that? It's sardines.
Blame TikTok, blame them white girls. That's what the problem is. And low key, I'm not no shade to the 10 fish influencers, but I think they also were part of the problem too. As much as they are trying to do it for a jovial, more like informative experience, they've also created a space where like
I
now people are
blame
just
them.
buying mad
Yeah.
shit all over the place.
I also blame them because, that's your struggle meal.
Yeah. There's
I'm
one
sitting here,
guy.
I'm like, so you can't even get no canned salmon, make your life go well.
Yeah, there's
Canned
one guy
mackerel,
that I
everything is
found on TikTok.
expensive.
He be importing stuff. I'm like, yo, this dude is serious. I know you got mad mercury in your system.
Okay. Oh,
I'm gonna show you when
no.
we get off of here.
No.
It's a white dude,
People
this
import,
British dude,
yeah.
and he be eating everything. He got special forks for it and everything. I'm like, I didn't even know they had so much different kinds of tin
But this
fish.
is what I'm saying. That's exactly what they do with the plants, though. Then the price go up. They import the plants, and then next thing you know, they're like, "Yep, so I import. This is my method, and you should buy this product to do this thing."
So going back to the plants real quick, because I feel like we can talk about old Brooklyn all day, like Empire Boulevard skating rink. But um, what is a plant that you would recommend to someone that has minimal time and is just terrible with taking care of green things.
Not, I'm screwed. Minimal time, terrible at taking care of things. A snake plant.
A snake plant. Okay.
Hmm.
Is that the
Yes,
only
any
one?
snake plant. No, I would even. You said minimal time. When you say minimal time, you mean like you trying to remember
Someone,
it when you remember it? Because
yeah, you know
that's the
how it
only
is.
plant I can think
You know
of.
how it is these days because people be busy. They got like 3, 4, 5 jobs, or they got that one big job that's draining everything from them, or they might have kids, or they got to take care of other things. So, like there'll be that kind of plant.
Yeah, so I would say either a snake plant or any of like those hanging, like a hanging plant, like I was about to show it to you, but like it's a little bit out of reach, like a philodendron Brazil, or something along those lines. A pothos.
Hmm.
Those are pretty easy and they're rewarding. I would recommend those, the last ones I just mentioned, the hanging plants, because they can tolerate drying out. They're not gonna die on you. And
Hmm.
also you're gonna see, like when you walk past, you're like, oh, you look a little curled up. You just throw the water that you was drinking in and keep walking.
Okay.
That's how I treated my pothos for the first maybe 2 years of having them, and they hit the floor. They were down down to the floor doing their thing.
Okay.
So
Yeah, my grandma had a. They called it a devil's ivy. I think that's the official name for it. I'm not
mhm,
sure.
mhm, they got,
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and when she passed away, my dad was taking care of it for a while, and that thing grew so long, like it was hanging up, and then it came all the way down to the
Mhm.
floor. I ain't never
Yes,
seen nothing
and
like
it's
that.
very, and you don't have to do much. I would don't, if you see this at the store, don't get it. You got
Yeah,
minimal time, don't get it.
yeah,
This thing stressed me out. Don't get it.
that looks like a diva.
It's taking a lot of, yeah. Yeah, no, they are. And then even if you like, I think if you're somebody who just wants one like nice plant that looks good, just a staple something, um, I would recommend like a philodendron red Congo. That's also a very minimal, it's very minimal plant, real cute. I'll send you a picture of it so you can see after. It's very big, and I promise you, I could forget to water it, and I just come back and like, when is the last? Okay, I'm gonna just give you water, and she stay growing. Just give her a little light, leave her, let her do her thing.
Awesome. Well, Dre, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and drawing and sharing so much of
Of
your
course.
knowledge and your backstory and your insight in the world of horticulture, botany, herbalism, and just plants in general. I feel like this is something that we're going to see a lot more of, especially now that more people are being aware thanks to influencers like you. And I definitely look forward to seeing more of what you do with your channel and the things that you do outside in the analog world as well. So thank you again.
Yeah.
If you have any events or videos that are coming out soon, you can plug it here and tell everybody else where they can find you.
Yeah, so no events coming, but we did recently launch a Discord. It's free just for people to hang out. So if you're looking for community right now, it's currently open to everyone who's interested in plants to join. And then also I post roughly twice a week over on my channel at dreundertheleaves. So stay tuned.
Awesome, awesome. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for this episode of the Art Block. This very green episode of the Art Block. So until next time, stay true, stay you. We out. Deuces.